all students, professors, dean, and particularly our respectable Suresh Jainji, Senior Pracharak of RSS and Rashtriya Sangathan Mantri for Bharat Vikas Parishad. Also all the respectable members of Bharat Vikas Parishad, Honorable Member of Chamber of Commerce, dear students, it is a pleasure and pride for me to interact with you. India is the fastest growing economy. The most important and crucial problem in Indian economy is how we are going to create more employment potential. Employment potential is the most important agenda for the government. And we need to develop employment potential into rural, tribal, agriculture, and particularly 115 aspirant districts. We are the fastest growing economy. Presently, we are facing the crucial problem due to COVID-19. But not only India is facing, but the whole world is facing. Now there is a lot of negativity. Now it is the time for all the responsible person in the society to create positivity, sakaratmakta, and self-confidence in the mind of the people. This is very important. Without that, we cannot fight war against COVID-19. Our history indicates that before 47 and after 47, we have faced lot of wars, lot of big crucial issues, and particularly Gujarat, you know that you face the problem in Morbi, lot of problem we are facing. Whatever the problems which are already faced by our society, it is already a proven history that we already all win over all the problems. So this is the time for the Indian society and all of us to create positivity and self-confidence in the mind of the people. I am confident that we will win this war against COVID-19. We will get vaccine as early as possible, and that is going to resolve our problem. At the same time, we are facing economic war. And now the Prime Minister has declared about Atmanirbhar Bharat. Sukhi, Samruddha, Sampanna, Shaktishali, super economic power in the world, that is the dream. And exactly we all need to work on that direction. Presently, the technical education, vocational education, profession-oriented education is very important. The innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill, and successful practices, we name it as a knowledge. And conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future for the country. Already all our software engineers prove to be the best in the world. They are well recognized and respected. Everywhere, either it is Silicon Valley or the Japan, Germany, UK, everywhere. Our software engineers have got a tremendous reputation, and because of their capability, their performance, they always increase the credibility of Indian society. At the same time, our doctors are very prominent in UK and USA. Out of 10 good doctors in USA, 4 are Indians. And this is really a great achievement for all of us. India is a rich nation with a poor population. Our country is rich, but the population is poor. We need appropriate vision, development for our country. And that is important, that what type of health services we have, what type of education we have, what type of innovation, research, technology we have, that is very important. In the present world economic scenario, now the whole world is now searching for an economic growth center. Actually, majority of the country, they have good transaction with China. But now majority country now, they are now in the line of searching new innovative center which is going to give them all type of material supply from that country, and that is exactly the need of the world. In the scenario, I feel that this COVID-19 is also a problem, but it is a blessing in disguise. We need to convert problems into opportunities, not opportunities into the problems. This is the challenge for Indian society, to convert this problem into opportunities. I feel that we have got tremendous potential for export, and to increase export, we need to reduce logistic cost, labor cost, and power cost. At the same time, upgradation of technology is equally important. We need good technology without compromise with the quality. We need to reduce the cost. At the same time, we should be very, very competitive in the international market. I'm giving you an example. Kandla port is there in Gujarat. We have 12 major ports. At that time when I was minister with shipping, ports and inland waterways, our budget was only 800 crore. So 5 years it comes only 4,000 crore. But we have taken a big program named as Sagar Mala, and where we decided to start the work more than 16 lakh crores. And today it is a great pleasure and pride for me that we have completed works more than 6,50,000 crore. The resources are important. Technology is very important. But the most important thing is positive will. That positive will, self-confidence is very important. Appropriate vision is very important. The government needs transparency, time-bound decision-making approach, transparency, corruption-free system, and now we need the methodology which is related with the IT. We are all nationalists. We have faith on our country. We want to make our country economically strong. We want to make our country a super economic power. And that is only possible when we have a lot of initiative in different fields by which we can make India economically strong. Gaon, Garib, Mazdoor and Kisan, they are the most important stakeholders. They are facing the problem of poverty. And poverty is we are facing because we don't have employment. We need to increase the per capita income and GDP growth in agriculture, tribal, rural and 115 aspirant districts, which are socially, economically, educationally backward. Now we are thinking on the line of making of agro MSMEs. Now we need to have a technology where we can convert waste into wealth. I am very much interested in making a lot of experiments in my own life. We have already in Nagpur 7 years before, in Nagpur Municipal Corporation, where we decide to sell the sewage water of Nagpur. And today we are getting 325 crores royalty from selling of toilet water, sewage water to government of Maharashtra for power generation. Now the idea is, now I am trying my level best on that project I am working. From that water we will get methane, and bifurcated methane from CO2 we will get bio-CNG, and the idea is to run our buses on that. We have already converted, we have 400 buses in Nagpur, out of which 80 buses we have already converted on bio-CNG. Presently we have loss of 60 crore per year. But when we will be in position to convert our 450 buses on bio-CNG and all cars and four-wheelers of corporation on bio-CNG, we will save 60 crore rupees per year. This is import substitute, cost effective, pollution free and indigenous. Now we have got the technology that conversion of biomass into bio-CNG. We can convert rice straw, 5 ton of rice straw is giving 1 ton of bio-CNG, and we can run our truck, buses, scooters, everything there in place of petrol and diesel. We can make that fuel in our rural and agriculture area. We are now trying to develop ethanol economy. From sugarcane juice, syrup, molasses, we are getting ethanol. And now we are converting this flex engine technology in the country, where there will be a choice with the people, either they can use 100% petrol or ethanol. Already in Brazil, Canada and USA, they have flex engines. All of this BMW, Mercedes, Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, all the brands are present there. You have a choice on the petrol pump whether you can use ethanol or petrol. Now government is now giving permission to making ethanol from rice from food grains. We have surplus food grain, surplus sugar, surplus wheat. We need to have now the policy of diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector. We need to reduce our import. I'm giving a good example for agarbatti sticks and the spoons particularly using for ice cream. Now we have increased the duty on that. 30% duty is there. In the Surat and Ahmedabad, there are people who are making the machine for making of agarbatti sticks. That is import substitute, cost effective and pollution free. If we save this 4,000 crore imports, we are going to create 25 lakhs people. They will get employment from that. And this is the time that handloom, handicrafts, honey, then blue economy, then a forest material, different type of material, bioenergy, biofuels, then food processing industries. We can export our fruits, vegetables to abroad, and where we get good value addition. And for that purpose, we need technology. I will request you all the VCs and your executive council member that we should have a coordination, communication and cooperation between the society and the university. If you are in Surat, I don't know what are the main crops in that area, but whatever the raw material, whatever the minerals are available, on the basis of that, if the university is going to make the research on that line, that can be very much useful for the area where university is there. So we need to improve our technology. The innovation, the research is very important. We need good education, and skilled is very important. The skilled, talented, skilled manpower, young manpower is the strength for the country. Indian population is a huge market, and the skilled, trained manpower is the strength for the country. So this is the time that we can make India a super economic power. For that purpose, we need to reduce our imports and increase our export. I will request you, people like you can make a research and study of the material which we are importing, and you should find out the way out and giving appropriate vision to entrepreneurs by which they can make import substitute, cost effective, pollution free and indigenous. The ethics, economy and ecology and environment. These are the three important things which are related with our development. And the value-based education system, value-based family system is the strength for Indian society. We are all in favor of modernization, but we are not in favor of westernization. Our Sanskruti, Itihas, Virasat is really a strength for all of us. On the basis of that, we are adopting technology, innovation, research, we name as a knowledge, and knowledge is the most important powerful power, and that power coming from university. So university is a power generating station which is generating knowledge power to the people. You are making the future citizen of India in your university, and you are giving them appropriate vision. Our students are the strength for the future. Their knowledge, their innovation, their research, their personality, their leadership, everything is the asset for the country, and that is very important. Here is I am seeing the board Bharat Vikas Parishad. What is the meaning of Bharat Vikas Parishad? Way that is exactly Atmanirbhar Bharat, Swavalambi Bharat, Samruddha Bharat, Sampanna Bharat, Shaktishali Bharat, Bharat free from Bhay, Bhuk, Atanka and Bhrashtachar. That is to be a ecology and environment point of clean Bharat. There will be no water pollution, air pollution. A sustainable life system for all the stakeholders. That is the dream. Free from poverty. And eradication of poverty is the mission for all of us. And for that reason, if we want to establish the social equality and economic equality are very important. For that reason, we need to work on innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research and skill. And university are the centers where we can give an appropriate vision to the society. I always tell to people that you can donate eye, but you cannot donate vision. appropriate vision for development of that district, appropriate vision for development of that village, appropriate vision for development of that particular state is very important. I'm giving you an example, and the example is related with Gujarat. We are just making Delhi-Mumbai Express Highway. And now when first we have decided to make the highway, the alignment was exactly planned by my department, was starting from Delhi, then near to Ahmedabad, Surat, Vadodara to Mumbai. The land acquisition cost was coming to 3 crore rupees per kilometer. But one of my OSD, who is IIT graduate from Chennai, he is a Tamilian. He go on to detail in Google, and he find out a new alignment. And that alignment is going from the backward and tribal area of Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. That is starts from Sona near Gurgaon, coming to Alwar, Savai Madhopur, then going to Jhabua, Ratlam, and then coming to Vadodara to Mumbai. So this alignment is now finalized. We have 100% land acquisition is completed, and we save 16,000 crore on land acquisition. In place of giving 3 crore rupees per acre, now we are giving 10 to 20 lakhs rupees per acre, because this is a backward and tribal area of Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. And this 12-lane axis control express highway, now work have already started, and 32 packages already awarded out of 62. And we will come within 3-4 months, we will start all the work, and within 3 years we will make this road where Gujarat to Mumbai, this road is going to reduce the distance by 220 kilometers, and the distance will be only 12.5 hours. You can start from Delhi and going to Mumbai. But the most important factor related with those road is the backward and tribal area of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Haryana will develop. Because I remember the statement of American President John Kennedy, it is already written in my office, that American roads are not good because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. This road will give prosperity to the tribal and backward area of Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. So we now planning for making of industrial clusters. We can make food cluster, we can make plastic cluster, we can make different type of clusters, creating more employment potential in the rural and tribal area. So this is exactly an appropriate vision by which we can develop the backward area. Now everyone want to settle in Ahmedabad, everyone want to go to Mumbai, to Bangalore, to Chennai or Calcutta or to Delhi, neither to Noida, neither Gurgaon. We need decentralization of industry. We need decentralization of wealth. We need development of all stakeholders. And we need development of socially, economically, educationally backward people. Those who are already residents of 115 aspirant districts. Those who are already in the agriculture, tribal and rural area. Their per capita income is very negligible. Their GDP contribution is very negligible. And without development of this rural India, backward India, we cannot make good mark as far as our development is concerned. If we need to increase our growth, that is very important. Presently, we have 16 to 17% contribution in our GDP from agriculture and allied sector, 22 to 26% from manufacturing sector, and 52 to 56% from the service sector. Now we need to change this. 65 to 70% of our population is belong to rural area. We are 100% going to make smart city. At the same time, we need to make smart villages. And people like you, university, you can plan for that. You can give appropriate vision for that with economic viability. Money is not the problem. I am making lot of roads in NHI. I don't have any problem of resources. Today, actually, for this 2 year, we have decided to make road construction of 15 lakh crores. My budget is only 1 lakh crore. So for 5 years, I will get 5 lakh crores. But this amount we are going to raise from the capital market. We are now trying to get investment from abroad. The insurance fund, pension fund, funds from the ADB, World Bank, from the BRICS Bank. We are trying to get funds from the government like LIC, the other institutions. So money is not the problem. And so for the reason this is the time for the country that we need to develop good type of infrastructure, water, power, transport and communication. In Gujarat we have good bus ports. We can make 2000 bus ports in the country. We are already developing waterways. Now there is a connectivity from Varanasi to Haldia, 1320 kilometers as a waterways. From Haldia to Brahmaputra, the Bengal Sea is there. The Brahmaputra dredging is completed. Now Allahabad to Varanasi, that dredging 1 meter drought is already completed. Now we have submitted the DPR to World Bank, starting it from Delhi in Yamuna, going to Mathura, Mathura to Agra, Agra to Etawah, Etawah to Allahabad, and Allahabad to Varanasi. So we can take all material from Haryana, Punjab, taking in Yamuna and taking up to northeast, not only up to northeast, up to China, Myanmar, and up to Southeast Asia. And there is a revolutionary change. If going by road the cost is 10 rupees, going by railway is 6 rupees, going by waterways is only 1 rupees. So now this is the time that we can develop. Actually, when I visited in Sardar Sarovar, the idea was click in my mind that we can develop the waterways, and by waterways we can go up to the Narmada. We are going to up to Sardar Sarovar. That can be possible. That is going to increase the tourism. There will be a lot of resorts, restaurants, hotels, creating more employment potential for the young talented people. So exactly the appropriate vision of development of that area is very important. And I feel that the university, their role is very important. And they should visualize with making research that what will be the future policy for the country, what type of problem our policy where we are facing, what type of change we need, what type of technology we have, how we can upgrade the technology, how we can make the quality of increase the quality of products. These are the things which you can resolve the problem in your laboratory. I'm giving an example. In the PPE kit 2 months before, we have imported a special flight with PPE kits from China. Today our MSME is making 6 lakh PPE kits per day. Now the government is giving permission for export. The sanitizer. Actually, I remember the sanitizer rate was go to 1200 rupees per liter. I'm related with the sugar factory. We are making alcohol, ethanol. I requested all the sugar factories and state government to give them license for manufacturing of sanitizer. And the rate is now coming to 160 rupees per kilometer. Now we can export. And rate was going up to 1200 rupees per liter. But because of high production, now it comes to 160 rupees per liter. This is exactly the way in which we need to plan, and by which we can increase the productivity, reduce the production cost, and by getting good quality, by reducing logistic cost, labor cost and power cost, we can be competitive in the international market to get more export. To get more export is a nationalism. Exactly, this is the time for the country that we need to have big export. And for that reason, the people like you who are working in the university, you should give an appropriate vision to the students that what type of new material we will use, what type of new designs, how we can increase the productivity, how we can reduce the cost, how we can upgrade the technology, and how we can use the waste material in it. That is exactly the role of university is very important. We need technical education. We need professional education. We need to increase skilled, different type of skilled, and we need to give them an appropriate vision by which we can make India super economic power. Our dream of our Prime Minister to make Indian economy of $5 trillion, at the same time 100 lakh crore of infrastructure. The role of universities, the role of future students who are the future citizen of this country is very important. And a university like you is supposed to give them an appropriate vision. And that is exactly by which this process we can achieve our goal. It is really a pleasure for me. You have a big exam now because in this COVID period also, you have a lot of participation from the industry, and the industry's product, their vision, they are giving good vision to the students who can understand what exactly how the manufacturing process, how the marketing process, what type of products they are making, what is the cost they can reduce, and they can understand about the knowledge, about the experiences, because knowledge and experiences, successful practices, that is also a knowledge. So always I propagate one philosophy. One is innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skilled and successful practices, name it as a knowledge, and conversion of knowledge into wealth. And the other philosophy which is very touching to my heart, that is conversion of waste into wealth. No one is waste. It is depending upon the technology, research, that you can use that material and converting waste into wealth. So it is depending upon your research. It is depending upon the leadership who can convert waste into wealth. No one is waste. We need appropriate technology, appropriate leadership who is going to change the waste into wealth. So I really appreciate the approach of the university, which is very much committed for the progress and development, giving appropriate vision for the students. I am giving my special thanks to Bharat Vikas Parishad and particularly Suresh ji for he is present in this program, where Bharat Vikas Parishad is very much committed for progress and development of our country. भारत को आत्मनिर्भर बनाना, सुखी समृद्ध संपन्न शक्तिशाली बनाना, भय भूख आतंक भ्रष्टाचार से मुक्त करना, ऐसे एक सुखी समृद्ध संपन्न भारत का सपना भारत विकास परिषद देखती है। हमारे विचार परिवार के लोग देखते हैं कि हम 2-4 रहे न रहे पर तेरा वैभव अमर रहे माँ। यानी हमारे देश के प्रति ये हमारी जो श्रद्धा है, यही हमारे फीलिंग्स है। और हमारे एजुकेशन के माध्यम से, शिक्षा के माध्यम से हम विश्व में हमारे देश को प्रथम क्रमांक का स्थान प्राप्त करने के लिए प्रयास करेंगे। अपने देश को भय भूख आतंक भ्रष्टाचार से मुक्त करेंगे, सुखी समृद्ध संपन्न शक्तिशाली देश का निर्माण करेंगे और सामाजिक आर्थिक समता समाज में प्रस्थापित करेंगे। कोई भी व्यक्ति जात पंथ धर्म भाषा सेक्स से बड़ा नहीं होता, उसके गुणों से बड़ा होता है। इसी बात पर विश्वास रखकर सामाजिक समता और आर्थिक समता, सोशल इक्वालिटी एंड इकोनॉमिक इक्वालिटी को प्रस्थापित करके हम नए भारत का निर्माण करेंगे। और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कहा, आत्मनिर्भर भारत का, यही राष्ट्रवादी संकल्पना को लेकर हम आगे जा रहे हैं। मेरा विश्वास है कि कोविड-19 की लड़ाई तो हम जीतेंगे ही, पर उसके साथ साथ आर्थिक लड़ाई भी जीतेंगे। ये एक टेम्पररी फेज है जिस संकट का हम सामना कर रहे हैं। अभी तक अनेक संकटों का हमने सामना किया है। सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस, आत्मविश्वास के साथ, पॉजिटिविटी के साथ, सकारात्मकता के साथ इन संकटों का मुकाबला करेंगे और विश्वास के साथ आगे जाकर हम विजयी होंगे। यही हमारी भावना है और इसी भावना से आप सब लोग भी काम कर रहे हैं। मुझे खुशी है कि आपके इस कार्यक्रम में शरीक होने का मौका मिला। मेरी आप सबकी, मैं विशेष रूप से विद्यार्थियों की, भाई बहनों के उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना भगवान महावीर जी के चरणों में करता हूँ कि उनको बहुत बहुत उज्जवल भविष्य प्राप्त करें मिले। और आप सबको मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और शुभेच्छाएं। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।